everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms, and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well is a link to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. I will also be doing a live radio show Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to sit down and talk about the Jets draft. We're going to recap it. I want to hear your takes. You can call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with all, Jets fans. And even if some people that watch me aren't Jets fans, you're just football fans, please call in. Let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? So again, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, that will be the live radio show. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets day 3 of the NFL draft. We're going to talk about the picks that they made on 4th round and down, okay? We're going to be talking about this. There's a lot to talk about here. First off, I want to get started by saying Joe Douglas made some trades as well. Late in this draft too, he made a trade with the Raiders to gain some capital. Also made a trade with the Chiefs as well to gain some capital and continue, to further being able to pick up and get players. So those were 2 solid moves I thought that he made. So I salute him for those moves as well. We all know he made that trade for Vera Tucker too, so that was a good trade as well. So I want to start with the first, pick, the player that we got in the 4th round. And it was Michael Carter from UNC, the running back. So when I was watching this pick, I was sitting back and I was thinking to myself, of course, I watched, Wyatt Davis, a guy that I really coveted as an offensive lineman. I was excited about him. I was hoping that he would slide a little bit further, but he got taken in the 3rd. Quinn Menierez also got taken as well in the 3rd. So I'm sitting back and I'm like, hey, who could the Jets end up taking here? And boom, they get Michael Carter. And I say, okay, this is solid value. He's a good player. He's a guy that definitely ran the ball pretty well in North Carolina. But then I looked around and I was like, well, what exactly are we doing at running back at this point? Because we have a lot of backs now. You look at this situation, we got Perine, we got Ty Johnson, we got, Tevin Coleman, we got Josh Adams still on the roster. So I'm just looking at the situation and saying, okay, where does Michael Carter fit in that situation? We all know, again, we're running that Shanahan scheme, so you could have a myriad of backs, guys just coming in and running the football. You don't have to have a stud, but I'm wondering how many backs are we going to keep? Who's going to end up seeing the door at this point? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if we're going to keep, 5 backs here. That's going to be quite a lot, but we'll see what happens, man. But let me tell you something. Michael Carter, this guy's pretty good. He's pretty solid. He's a solid runner. He's got good speed, very quick, kind of explosive, especially when he hits the hole. I like what he does. Of course, he's still developing as a route runner and a ball catcher, but this guy has some ability. So I do like the selection. I'm just looking at this running back, depth right now, and I'm saying, man, this is going to be a battle. This is going to be a real battle going into this season. But again, I like the selection of Carter. So the next selection we made, round 5, Jamin Sherwood from Auburn. Man, listen here. This is a dude that was a safety. He was a 1-year starter as a safety. He's going to be coming in here to play linebacker, a guy that's going to try to, switch it up here, and he's coming into a 4-3 scheme. The thing I like about this kid is he's versatile. He's versatile, and I think he's going to be able to come in here and really make his bones on special teams. That's where I really think he's going to make an impact while he's trying to get the footing under him as a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So here's a guy that's coming in. I like what they did here. I thought that it was a solid move. As we'll continue to talk, they really tried to address as much as they could on defense as the draft continued to play on. But I like Sherwood. I like him being brought in here. So round 5, again, we go Michael Carter the second from Duke. We got some Michael Carters on this squad now. You know what I'm saying? So we go Michael Carter from Duke, a corner. Now we're trying to address this corner situation. And I look at this here. I look at this pick. He's a corner. He's 5'10". He's a guy that I'm saying to myself, I look at him and I'm like, hey, this is a guy that can come in and immediately compete for that slot corner position. I know a lot of Jets fans wanted to see us address that cornerback position, maybe get a number one or a number two corner. You know, some of these guys may down the road play out to be one of those guys. But we also needed to address that nickelback position. There's a hole there. You know, Gundry, Ballantyne, are those guys really nickels? Are those guys that you have no issues just going into the season with them unquestioned at that slot corner position? I don't think so. Their doors still open for us to go after Poole and possibly bring him back, but as of now, that has not been done. So I look at this pick as a guy, Michael Carter II, that's going to be able to come in and he's going to be able to compete at that spot. I mean, he's got some solid stuff, man, and he's a contributor. And he's also a guy, again, that can contribute on special teams, too. You know, a unit that is definitely, you know, needs a little work here. So I like that selection as well, like what we did. Next pick in round 5 that we made, Jason Pinnock. Jason Pinnock from Pittsburgh. Another corner, man. You know, this kid, I like him. He's got good speed. He's 6 feet. But, you know, there's just some questions about his ability to decipher things. He doesn't really see things quickly, and that will get you killed as a corner in the NFL. But I look at this situation, I say, we got Sulla, we got a really solid defensive staff here. They're going to be able to work with these guys to really build them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be able to work with them to get them to see things a little bit quicker than a lot of other places. Sulla has a long history of that. If you look at what he did with the Niners, there were a lot of guys that he took on that Niners defense and put them in certain positions where they could flourish, and they really got going and really were able to produce with the 49ers. And so that's what I see here. And again, I think he's a guy that will also get an opportunity on special teams because, you know, of his athletic ability. So again, Pinnock, 5th round, decent selection. Now we go into the 6th round and we get Hamsah Nasirildeen. Hamsah Nasirildeen from Florida. Here's another guy, man, that they're turning into a linebacker that used to be a safety. This thing with these hybrid players, you know, Sulla has a background with that. He's being able to work with some guys. You know, there's guys at the Niners that he put in situations and they really flourish in that hybrid position. But my only question about this guy is he's got some knee issues. He's got like a surgically repaired knee. I know I think he tore his ACL or had an ACL surgery in 2019. Then he missed some games in 2020. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just wondering, you know, is everything good there? But again, he's a 6th round pick. And this is a guy, again, that I think is going to have, again, a chance on special teams to really get the work in. And put in Sulla's scheme, maybe this is a guy that can step up and really be able to produce and play. Because again, like I said, we've seen him go out there to the 49ers and take guys that a lot of people were like, this guy's okay, but he's kind of a tweener, or he's a guy that is a hybrid backer, safety. Who knows where we can play him? We can put him an outside linebacker. And Sulla was like, I know exactly what to do with this guy. I'll make him a hit and run backer, and he'll flourish. And we saw him do those things with the Niners, and they were really able to put on. So I thought it was a decent selection. I'm just a little worried about the injury background with him. So next pick we made in round 6, Brandon Echols, another cornerback from Kentucky. Now listen, this kid is, you know, I like him a little bit. The problem with him is he's raw. He's very, very raw. He's very raw, okay? But the athletic ability is off the charts, okay? This guy runs a 4.3. I mean, he can jump, he can move, he can do all those things, but he's just a really raw corner. He's a guy that you got to sit down and really get the technique under him. And again, I think our coaching staff is going to bring a lot of these guys in that need technique work, that really need help with certain things, and really drill these guys and get it into their systems. You know what I'm saying? So he's a guy that I'm excited about because the athletic ability is there. That's something you can't teach. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach 4.3. You can't teach speed. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach that. It's, you know, so I like the athletic ability there. I like what he has, but you know, he's going to need some coaching. He's going to get coached up, no issues. And so the last pick we made in the 6th round, Jonathan Marshall, defensive tackle from Arkansas. Here's a guy that I look at and I say to myself, I think he's just a practice squad player, to be completely honest. You know, if he does make the roster, he's going to be buried behind Q, Fatukasi, Rankins. We got so many guys up front. He's a guy that I think is going to be able to do some things maybe in a 4.3. I know he really didn't produce much in college, but him coming here, he could be a practice squad guy. Maybe, he grooms, matures into something. So I think the selection was solid. But, off the bat, do I expect him to come in and give us, 6, 7, 8 sacks a year? No, 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 no. We'll see what happens with him. He's definitely going to take some grooming. So Marshall was our last pick in the 6th round. So all in all, I think, the day 3, 4 through 6 for us was very solid. I thought we got some really good players, some guys that can contribute on special teams. Again, Michael Carter was kind of the shocking pick, but he's going to be a guy that's going to come in. We'll see what we can get out of him at the running back position, especially again with guys like Wyatt Davis and some of the other offensive linemen that I really coveted. They were off the board at that point. So I thought we got really solid value with him. So I want to hear from y'all. Please comment down below. Give me your thoughts about what you thought about the draft. How did you feel about our 4th round selection? Who do you think is the highlight of our mid rounds, our low mid rounds? What player do you like the most that we took maybe in the 4th, 5th, or 6th round? How do you folks feel about this? So comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. I'm going to go back and forth with you folks. You folks have a good one. Peace.